I'm gonna let some people come on in. Come on in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is having a fine Friday evening. I hope everyone is doing great. Hope everyone is doing great. I am. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Friday. Let me see how to do this. Oh yeah, I'm on StreamYard. I am on StreamYard, that's right. So how do I get the link? Oh, you know what I can do? I want to send this link to my text hub. How do I do that? How do I do that? Because I'm on StreamYard. I don't see me live on YouTube. At least not right now. That's strange. Well, everyone coming in, how are you? Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you're tuning in from. East Coast, West Coast, down south, international. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. And let me know how long you've had your locks. Let me know if you have locks at all, that is. I have a long day and I know it shows, but that's okay because you love to take me as I am, right? That's what y'all do. Y'all take me as I am. Let me know. Let me know how you are. But I do also want to let everyone know that I'm grateful to you all because you all showed up and you showed out and sold out of my rosewater moisturizers in the spray bottle. However, we still have rose water refills available. So if that's something that you wanted to get your hands on, today's pretty much probably going to be your last chance to get it because they're probably going to sell out. So definitely grab yours. I have the link in my description. And if you want to have any of your hair questions answered, definitely ask now. It's a great time to do that. It's a great time to do that. But if not, I'll just chat. I've been meaning to take some time to reflect on my early lock journey because as I am, thinking about ways that I can best serve you all, I realized that I can probably best serve my community when it comes to the newbies, the people with the baby locks, the people with the starter locks, immature locks, because the newbies tend to be the ones who actually need more support. The people who are, who've had locks for a long time, sure, you guys come into issues when it comes to maintenance and figuring things out as it gets longer. Maybe have some trouble with hair loss and things like that, or thinning. Sure, absolutely. So you all do need support too. But because I'm mature, because my locks are mature, I feel like that's something that I naturally discuss more often. But I do have to make like a my locks are mature. I have to make an effort to talk about or talk to people with baby locks more often because you need that, or they actually they need that. I'm not sure who's in here if you have baby locks or not, but um, so today's video that I posted on YouTube was for baby locks. Hey everyone, I'm live on YouTube. Come join me with your okay. So so yeah, I do definitely want to encourage people with starter locks, people with baby locks. I know it's hard. It's especially I want to say especially for women, but honestly, it's hard for all of us. It's hard for men too, from what I hear. I think for different reasons. You know, for women in particular, a lot of times we women do tie our beauty or we associate our beauty with our hair, and oftentimes that comes with length, hair length. So when we have our baby locks, oftentimes we did a big chop and grew our hair out natural a little bit. Or maybe we had our hair natural for a while and we're finally deciding to lock it up. Regardless, our hair is going to get shorter. When we start our locks, our hair shrinks because our locks have to dance together. And I've been saying dance a lot more lately because before I used to say mat together, but I don't like the way that sounds. It doesn't sound beautiful. So I'll say dance. Our hair dances together as it shrinks to form our locks. So our hair gets shorter in that way. Our hair is a lot shorter than it was when we first. Our hair becomes a lot shorter than it was when we installed the locks in the first place. So yes, oftentimes, we do lean on our hair length and we use it as a crutch. Like we use it as a crutch for our beauty, whether we are aware or not. I think a lot of times we are aware that that's what happens, but I don't think that the lock journey will support that perspective. Actually, your lock journey will kind of force that out of you. You'll start to appreciate the beauty that you have. Aaron Nichols said, I wish my hair could crip walk. Haha, I get it. I get it. Good one. I get it. um, the lock journey kind of forces us to embrace the beauty. By the way, hope you're having a good evening, Aaron. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the lock journey kind of forces us to really accept, appreciate, and really really notice, even like before we get to accepting and appreciating, we get to notice our beauty without the Eurocentric standard for our hair, you know? Because there's no room in a lock journey for Eurocentric standards. There's no room for it. There's no room for it. So yes, I do. So basically I say all that to say I do want to make more content to encourage and uplift people starting out their locks. Wow, that was a long time ago for me. I do remember how meaningful YouTube was for me in that space in my life because nobody around me was starting locks. I did have a partner. I had a partner and he had locks already, but it was just him and me. And my friends loved me and they loved me, so they supported me in that kind of way, but they weren't like really rooting on my lock journey. Like I do. Well, one was my best friend Ty was she actually had attempted locks before me, but she combed them out, started them over like two other times, and she's locked now. If you guys know Ty, but yeah. So yeah, again, I didn't. My friends, they loved me, but they weren't really, they didn't really care about locks and lock journeys. Some of them were just considering going natural, or they had just went natural. So I think at the time that I started my locks, it was a time when it started to become popular to have afros and wash and goes and twist outs and braids. That's when it got really popular, at least from a social media perspective. I'm a younger millennial, I should say. I'm not in my 20s, but I'm in my early 30s, and like at the time I started my locks, I was 18, 19. I was 19, and we were all on YouTube, all on I guess Facebook at the time. Instagram didn't really get popular until I was like, I want to say 21 or 22. But yeah. So I'm definitely going to be revisiting my old content. I'm going to be reacting to my old content. For those of you just coming in, I'm talking about how I intend to encourage I make more content for people starting off their locks and becoming a source of encouragement for people struggling in the starter locks phase. So basically, I want to support the baby locks more, the starter locks more. Um, Naturally, I'm going to support the people with long, mature locks because those topics pertaining them are pertaining to me. They're more relevant to me. So those topics come more naturally for me. So I am gonna put I do have to put effort in making content for baby locks. So I did put a video up today for baby locks, and I'll continue to do so periodically. And I'm gonna be revisiting my old videos because I don't. For those of you who may be new here, I've been on YouTube since I started my lock journey. Granted, some of those videos are privated. Some of my very early videos are privated. I still have those access, and I'm gonna react to some of those videos so you can see me talking to my younger self, my 19-year-old self, 19, 20, 21-year-old self. And those are going to be fun. Those reaction videos are going to be fun. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be coming soon. So I know it's Friday night. I'm guessing people don't really have questions that's tonight, and that makes sense. But I do want to leave off with reminding you that our our rose water moisturizers are sold out. However, the refills are still available in a limited quantity though. So if you do want to get your hands on some rose water, you can get the refills. They're still buy one, get one free until they're sold out. So head over to KeishaCharmaine.com. I have the direct link to the product in my description. And this applies to you if you're watching this video tonight on Friday night, because by tomorrow it might be sold out. It might not, but it might. So definitely get on it. BDX King says, how many years is considered mature locks? From my perspective and in my opinion, I would say 3 years plus. I would say 3 years plus. JM says, you inspired me through my lock journey since 2019. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, JM. And I hope that you're having a beautiful lock journey. Kaa F says, do you spray your locks to moisturize when you have a fresh retwist because it seems to undo the twist? I do. I spray my locks when I have a fresh retwist, but I do tend to shy away from my roots a bit until maybe over a week, maybe like a week after I got my hair retwisted. I'll go back to misting my roots and my scalp. But just to honor my very fresh retwist, I don't mist it. I don't mist it directly on the root. Erin asks, how often should the oil for the edges be used? I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the product. You're talking about this one, the Emu Oil Growth Drops. It should be used definitely not every day. I would recommend either using it every other day or every 2 days or every 3 days. It will depend on how heavy-handed you are, or I should say how much product you apply at a time. When it comes to that particular oil, I tend to be accidentally I tend to overdo it accidentally. So I only use it every 3 days tops when I do need to use it. I don't use it all the time because I think my edges are pretty good, but sometimes I will like mess up and maybe I went like 2 weeks without using any kind of satin material on my hairline, and then I'm like, I feel like it's not retaining moisture like it should, or I feel like it might be breaking a little bit. Then I'll grab the emo oil and I'll probably use it every 3 days. But if you do use a few drops, which is really all you need, and then you can do it every other day. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend every day. And again, I always say that. I always say again when I didn't even say it in the first place. But it's a very lightweight oil. So it is something that you don't have to worry about using that frequently. You don't have to worry about it because it's very lightweight. And you're welcome. My Plants asks, Hey, it's Alicia. Hi, Alicia. I hope I'm saying that right. Just joined the text group. How often do you wash your hair? Thank you so much. Oh, yes, I saw you send me an email, but I didn't get to open it. I didn't get to open it yet, but I will definitely open it before the night is up to check out your hair. But I personally wash my hair every 2 weeks. Usually, right now, I'm a little beyond that only because I'm modeling for Kafele on Sunday, and tomorrow he's going to be doing my hair. So I really wanted to wash my hair early this week, like Monday, but I've been holding out. My head is dirty. My hair needs to be rinsed and shampooed and scrubbed and massaged and all that good stuff. But I'm waiting until, excuse me, I'm waiting until Kafele could do my hair for me. Oh, by the way, Kafele is the king of lock, um, master loctician, 30-year loctician veteran in the lock industry, natural hair industry. In case you did not know, an OG, put some respect on that name. So I model for him a lot. Um, JM says, "What's your opinion on herbal rinses?" I like herbal rinses. I haven't done an herbal rinse in a long time, but I do like them. I used to offer them. I used to offer them, but the reason why I stopped offering them was because my source I used to get herbs from different places, and one of the herbs that I really liked, it always has some kind of like bugs in it. And I understand it's organic. Bugs sometimes bugs like come with the territory, but people don't want to receive bugs in their products. Who knew? Who knew? So I was like, I'm not selling this anymore because like I gotta really inspect because it'll be like little tiny bugs in these in the herbs, and it was, I think it was in the marshmallow root in particular. Marshmallow root does have like a slightly, like a healthy sweet smell. Like it's not like sugary, but smells good. So I guess that attracts the bugs. I don't know, but I mean, regardless, it's organic. So if they're harvesting the crops when there's bugs present, there's a chance that they could get the bugs. I don't know what their process is with like. At least you know they're not using pesticides, right? At least you know there's no pesticides, but at the same time, you don't want bugs in the mail. You're welcome, Erin. Um, my locks, my plan says, okay, thanks and congratulations. Oh, thank you, and you're welcome. Raven says, "Can we tip you, or is that disrespectful?" That's not disrespectful. You can absolutely tip me. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. I receive all the abundance in whatever form you want to give it to me. But I would love for that abundance in the form of a sale on KeishaCharmaine.com. So if you would like to, head over to KeishaCharmaine.com. Our rosewater moisturizers are buy one get one free, and it seems like today might be the last day for this sale because we are almost sold out of all of it. The rose water in the mist bottle completely sold out. All right, so now we only have the refill bottles. So hopefully you already have a mist bottle at home. Maybe you already purchased the rose water moisturizer, so you have our mist bottle. But if not, maybe you have another mist bottle. Most likely you do. You can get the rose water moisturizer from my shop and pour the rose water into your mist bottle because that's what we have available now. Just the rose water refills. No more mist bottles are available. Okay. And you can buy two. I mean, you can buy one and get one free. Sorry about that. It's so funny that like every time I'm like, hey, so no one's asking questions. I guess I'll get out of here. And then all the comments is rolling. I gotta threaten to leave. Hi, Zen woman. How long do you leave in your rope locks? Does Tanokafele have a lock shop? So the most recent rope twist that I had, I kept them in for about a month, maybe even 5 weeks. I'm not sure, but I definitely washed my hair in those twists a few times, especially because it was July. I was outside. My head was sweating a lot. So I definitely, I made a video of me washing my scalp alone. without washing my locks, which was interesting. That video was available on my channel and it was posted in July. And after that, I washed my locks in the twist maybe like 3 times, maybe 3, maybe even 4. I definitely washed my hair in July more often than I normally ever wash my hair. Typically, I wash my hair twice a month, but summertime, all right, summertime is different. And does he have a lock shop? He has a salon. It is a one-man salon. So if you are interested in getting your hair serviced by him, I don't believe he just gives out the location, but you can reach out to him. And I think the best way to reach him is through Instagram, private messages on Instagram. That is if he is taking new clients. Kafele, he has clients for the past 30 years. Like a lot of his clients that he's had them forever. So he's not always taking new clients, but he may. So I would recommend reaching out to him on Instagram, and his Instagram is the King of Lock, LOC, the King of Lock. And he'll let you know. And but he'll definitely offer you or he'll definitely encourage you to schedule a consultation first and then take it from there. Yes, yes, yes. Does anybody else have any more questions? Do we have anyone with baby locks in the building by any chance? Young starter locks, immature locks? Just curious. I would like to know like how much of my following actually even fits in that category, because I do want to make more content for those people who are starting out, to be a source of encouragement. I do want to do that, but I wonder how many people I will be servicing or providing a service for, I should say. Okay, I will try to reach out. I will be traveling from GA to PA visiting New York. Oh, nice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, he's based in Brooklyn, if I didn't mention that already. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure if he has availability, I'm sure he would be more than happy to get a new client. Kaya Faya says, yes, 2 years next month. Okay, nice. Honestly, at that point, I wouldn't call it baby locks anymore. They're kind of in the teenage phase at that point. Okay. Eva says I have baby locks 6.5 months. There we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I definitely want to make more content for you guys. So seeing that some of you are here in the chat right now is encouraging. So I'll definitely brainstorm in ways that I can better serve the baby lock community. Yeah. But Kaya and Eva, if you have any questions, especially you guys or you ladies, being that you have younger locks, if you have any questions for me, let me know. And I don't know how long you guys been following me, but I've had my locks for 14 years. I've grown them down past my butt, a few inches down past my butt into my thighs. That's the longest I let them grow because they were just a pain. So I decided to cut them. I cut a foot off, cut them up to my waist, and now they're back down to the top of my butt, which is probably like my favorite length visually, but it's not my favorite length to deal with. It's not. My favorite length to like deal with is probably bra strap to waist. That was the best length to style. That was the best length to maintain. So color, I mean, really coloring is probably the shorter the locks, the best to color because you get to use less boxes, right? But when my locks were really long, like down past my butt, man, I tell you, it was rough coloring them, and coloring was my thing. I love me some lock color. But even after I stopped dealing with the lock color, I still color it black because I've colored it so much. Sometimes like pops of brown and red will pop through. Um, I think that's partially because I never got it professionally colored. I always do it myself. So it never, probably just never really got the perfect application. So yeah, I colored it dark, but I still have. So basically, what I'm saying is, even though my hair is black, I still do color it black. I color it black about once a year, and with all this length, I'm using quite a few boxes. Maybe I'll use if I'm using a permanent color, that is, I'll use quite a few boxes. But if I'm using a semi-permanent, I'll mix it with conditioner, and that stretches it out. But yeah. Kaa F says, what year does the growth spurt kick in? So people like to talk about a growth spurt. Now, I think what's more appropriate is to call it a length spurt, because it's not really a growth spurt. Your hair is not growing more than it was before. However, it is showing length more. So whenever you find your hair to be fully locked, after that moment is when you'll notice a growth spurt. But again, it's really not a growth spurt. It's just that the fact that your hair is locked now, it's no longer shrinking so much. So when your hair is shrinking, you're not seeing the length. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that made sense. If not, I'll try to say that differently. But yeah, so basically, once your hair is, our hair is always shrinking. As we have locks, especially as we have new growth, our hair is still shrinking no matter what. However, when the length of our locks are pretty locked, the bulk of our shrinking is over. The shrinking stage is over. And once the shrinking stage is over, we're going to notice the growth more. Thank you. Great. That makes sense. Perfect. Yeah. Maybe I should make a video about that. Let me write that down. Okay. Thank you for that question, Kaya. Eva says, at what point do you recommend styling? I've heard some say 1 year, others say at least 6 months. Honestly, I know master locticians, and I know just very reputable people in the industry who will style baby locks immediately. My perspective is that there's nothing wrong with styling baby locks immediately. I think the issue is just how tightly are we styling and how often are we styling. I think that as long as we're not keeping our baby locks in styles consistently, I think that will be just fine. But as a part of the locking process, I think that it's important for our locks to be loose and to move and experience air and water and move. So when it's consistently styled, maybe in flat twist or something like that, it's not going to do that. So it's going to take a slower time to lock, in my opinion, right? So I wouldn't really put a time frame on when it's okay to do it. I would just say that when you do it, make sure when you do it, make sure you also spend time with your hair out and loose so that your hair can move freely. And again, that helps with the locking process. My locks, my plan says, it feels like mine dropped around 3 years. I'm currently 5.5 years. LOL. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I think you're saying that, well, tell me if I'm understanding you. Are you saying that when you hit around 3 years, that's when you feel like your locks finally got some weight to it, like it finally locked, and then you started noticing growth at that point? I think that's what you're saying. You start to notice growth at 3 years. Like, yeah. You're welcome, Eva. Zen Woman says, it pains me when I see locked kings and queens with retwist styles where it looks like stitches. Total alopecia vibes. Release the roots. Yes, yes. You're talking about like overly tight styling, right? Yeah, it looks painful. I mean, as somebody who has a tender head, style like that do look painful, and but I guess they're not tender headed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's not definitely not good for your follicles, not good for your scalp, it's not good for your hair, you know. Can't save everybody. You know, that I think it's a pretty consistent message that I see professionals and advocates saying that, you know, don't do overly tight styles, especially not too often because it's going to cause traction alopecia, it's going to cause thinning, it's going to cause breakage and all that. But people do what they want. People love themselves some tight styles, man. They do. They do. Okay, so I've been on here for about 30 minutes. So if anyone has any last minute questions, please squeeze them in now. Please squeeze them in now. I also, so besides the fact that the rose water moisturizers in the spray bottles are all sold out, and we have the refill bottles available in a limited quantity. They're still available for the buy one, get one free sale. Besides that, I do also want to remind you that we do have our package where you can get 5 Infinity head wraps a month, 5 new ones a month at a discounted rate. So it's $25 a month for that subscription service. And that's available on my website. I'll put the link. The link is not in my description right now, but come back to my video once it's uploaded. You'll see the link there. You'll see the link then. You're so welcome, Zen Woman. All right, it looks like there's no more questions. It looks like there's no more questions, and that's cool. Everyone, I hope that you all have a beautiful Friday night, safe and amazing weekend. Stay hydrated. And I'm talking about your hair and your body, but of course your hair and your body. All right. Everybody have a good one. I'll see you soon.